Indiana Senator Dan Coats, member of the Select Committee on Intelligence. Senator, welcome. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
So what's your reaction? How do you feel about being one of the people who has been sanctioned by Russia?
I was totally surprised, and I still can't quite figure out why they put my name on along with 8 others. I was ambassador in Germany for 4 years, and I knew the Russians had been listening to everything I said and spying in everywhere I went. That's par for the course, but I didn't think I said anything that outrageous that they would sanction me over. But I did join Senator Durbin in passing through the Senate a resolution just before our break that listed 15 specific sanctions as a start in terms of what we ought to do to make the Russians pay a huge price for what they've done. We've got to get their attention, and the way we do it is through economics and really making it hurt.
How do you think the White House will receive that, if it makes it through the Senate? Are they ready for these tougher sanctions? And clearly the president's got his work cut out for him in convincing Europeans to cooperate.
I'm hoping the president has great success in Europe. I hope they can speak with a strong, united voice so that the Russians know they can't divide us on this. But the president does have a task in front of him, and I think we need to double down. We need to do more than what we said. We can't just be all talk and no action. And so getting those economic sanctions in place, and then I think listening to some of us in the Senate who are proposing some really tough sanctions is something that's needed to get the Russians' attention.
What if they do? We know that those troops are amassed on the eastern border of Ukraine. What if they do push in? What do we do then?
Well, then we're in for a serious, even more serious situation. That's why I have called for re-energizing NATO, getting European nations to ante up and do their fair share. We need to let the Russians know we're not just going to be appeasers. We're not going to stand by and let them use force to take over someone's sovereign territory. So doing as much as we can, as fast as we can, particularly in the sanctions area, so that really starts to bite and hurt and they pay a price for it, I think is the thing that we need to get going on.
What do you think the response from the White House will be on your sanctions proposal?
Well, I hope it's satisfactory. This is an export agency that Putin set up himself 14 years ago when he took over, and it's to export military arms to other nations, and some of these are bad actors like Syria. And so this puts some crimps on their ability to do that and imposes through voluntary efforts on our neighbors and allies to also join with us in this effort, hitting Russia in the pocketbook, hitting their economy, hitting the 2 areas, oil and gas, energy exports, as well as military sales exports, can have a devastating effect on their economy, and I think that's what we need to do.
Wow, boy, that would be good. That's a big hill to climb. We've tried to dissuade them from arming Syria many times, and they've had no interest in that. So good luck to you, Senator. We'll see how that goes. Thank you for being with us today.